When I say peace is my essential nature, what it means? Essential means it cannot be undone. It means peace cannot be undone. Then why I have anxiety, stress, duality, conflict in my life? It is because of the mind. Why because of the mind? That the mind is searching that peace and happiness in objects, people, things in the world outside.
Hi, this is Dr. Ross Carter with the Regenerative Warrior and Medical Influencers Show. Today, a special episode of Biohacking Mental Health. We are talking with Girish Jha.
Yeah.
Very good to have you on the show today.
Thank you, Dr. Ross.
What we're going to be talking about is Eastern wisdom, so that we can create mindfulness, and how important that is in using that to basically balance our life, I guess you could say. Is that correct?
Yeah. Not only balance your life, but you awaken to permanent peace and happiness within you.
And I think we all could use some permanent peace and happiness.
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic. All right. So how did you get involved, get started in this practice?
How, Dr. Ross, I have been doing it for the last 40 years. In my early, you can say teens, or I had a lot of tension and depression. So then I started studying modern psychology. I did not find the answers. So I did my master's in psychology. Then I entered into the field of Eastern wisdom. And you know, the India is the field of lot of these masters. The mindfulness or meditation and other practices originated in India. So that is, when you bring them all together, this is known as the Eastern wisdom, which is 6,000 years old. We have 3,000 teachers and 3,000 texts, which gives you an in-depth understanding of mind, consciousness, how to hold on the mind, how to go beyond the mind, all such kind of practices. And I got engaged into that almost for the last 40 years. 26 years I worked for federal government in India in a national research institute. And then I was thrown by destiny to be here with you.
Wow, you just jumped right ahead so many years. Fantastic. So tell us a little bit about what it is that you're going to be teaching us.
Yes, let us begin with some understanding. You see that Eastern wisdom is so much clear if you study. So it has a three-step process. Janati. In Sanskrit, that means, Janati means to know it clearly.
Yes.
Are you Dr. Ross? Yes, but that is your profession. But who is Dr. Ross? He's a human being. You see that? That is how we analyze and we go and find the right perception. So the first step is knowing, understanding. Second step is that I should have a desire to realize that knowledge. And third step, how to realize that, it is by practice. So we have the principle to know it first, to desire it, and then to act on it. So that is what the summary of the Eastern. It changes all your perception. Take one example. Peace is our essential nature. My master always used to say us, keep smiling. Peace is your essential nature.
Mm-hmm.
If peace is my essential nature, how dare the mind gives me the stress and anxiety, duality and conflict? We talk a lot about, I studied abnormal psychology, and such a big book contains more than 3,000 illnesses.
Yes.
I left that. Because see the teaching of the master. Now pick up one point and understand that when I say peace is my essential nature, what it means. Essential means it cannot be undone. It means peace cannot be undone. Then why I have anxiety, stress, duality, conflict in my life? It is because of the mind. Why because of the mind? That the mind is searching that peace and happiness in objects, people, things in the world outside.
External.
External. My mind, my master received a couple and they were fighting each other. So my master asked her husband personally that, what is your problem? Oh, she doesn't love me. And then my master called the wife. Oh, he doesn't love me. So then he called both of them together and told them that you both are beggars. You are seeking and expecting love from the other. Do you have love inside? You see that Eastern wisdom corrects our perception of knowledge, of understanding. That is the first part. Now see, when we say peace is our essential nature, have you eaten candy? Yes. Eaten ice cream? Yes. Eaten dessert? Yes. What is the common element? Can you have dessert, candy, or ice cream without sweet? No. So the sweetness is the essential nature of candy, ice cream, and dessert. Whether it is Dr. Ross, whether it is Girish, whether it is male or female, whether you belong to one cult, dogma, belief, it doesn't matter. It is your outer appearance. The sweetness within all of us is peace. Eastern wisdom shows us how to discover that peace within us. In a broader perspective, that practice is known as, you can say, meditation, mindfulness, relaxation. There are more than 3,000 practices in Eastern wisdom because we have 3,000 texts. So, another principle before we go for the practice, there are three important steps in following the Eastern wisdom. Normally, what we say in our country, this is my mindfulness practice, this is yours. This me and mine and yours do not figure in the Eastern wisdom. Why they do not figure? Because every master follows the same principle. Steve Jobs or Google, they follow the same principles of physics to create an Android phone and iPhone. Outer appearance and outer functionality may appear different, but they both are phone. Similarly, all our masters follow the same principle, whether it is Buddha, Krishna, or any other master. So it means what? If I don't follow the principle, I cannot reach to the peace there. It cannot be my practice, it cannot be your practice, it is universal. So we have, first step is to listen and understand these principles. Second step is, once you understand these principles, before you apply it, you have to understand it. What, why, where? I have to understand. So it's totally a new perspective. It's totally an in-depth psychology. And third, I simply say, I don't know, let me know it. I do not understand, let me understand it. And I don't experience, let us practice it. So let us pick up one principle and then we will do the practice.
Sounds good.
I like to use that Sanskrit mantra, Sanskrit phrase. All mantra comes from the Sanskrit. Now we have using the word mantra in a different format. Yadi deham prathak kratyati chiti vishramyatisthasi adunaiva sukhi shantah bandha mukto bhavishyasi. This verse comes from 3,000 years old ago, master's name is Ashtavakra, what he says. Let me literally translate and then we will start the practice.
Okay, great.
If you means the seeker withdraws the mind from the body, if you as a seeker take the mind out of the body, that happens in deep sleep, but if you take it consciously, then what happens? And allow the mind to live within. Second line translation, then what happens? Adhunaiva sukhi shanta. You are in peace and happiness here and now. Not there. And then what happens? If you continue the practice, it leads you to awakening. Now, how to translate that verse into a practice? I say it is a non-practice. Means you have to maintain your awareness. It is totally effortless. Can it happen? Can you enter into the permanent peace in one practice? Ask yourself. I'm not going there. Let us do that practice. Dr. Ross, you become the seeker. Close your eyes. So first we prepare, close your eyes gently, without any unease. Look at the neck joint mentally. Feel the sensation. When you look, where is looking? Mind. You know it, sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. Look at the shoulder joints. So when you look, you feel the sensation and you're comfortable. Check you're comfortable. If you are not, you can adjust and align. And then you also experience the steadiness. Look at the hip joint. When you look at the hip joint, feel the sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. The entire body from the top of the head to the toes. Who is looking? The mind. What it is looking? The body. And what is the experience here and now? There is a sensation. Sensation means, coming from the senses. And comfortable coming from the mind. Steadiness, it is an awareness of the mind. And now we will follow the fourth step. The first step is sensation and awareness of the body. Why? We have to move the mind within. That is what the verse principle says. Look at the head and the neck. Means what? Move the mind on the head and the neck. Become aware of the head and the neck. All the three phrases means the same thing. So looking at the head and the neck and become aware. Feel the sensation. That is all. I'm not asking you to do anything. Move the mind on the right arm from the shoulder to the fingertips. Feel the sensation, and sensation means awareness. I know I'm deliberately using the two words, sensation and awareness. Normally they are used as synonyms in order to help the mind. The mind goes to the left arm, looking at the left arm, mentally, sensation and awareness. Move the mind on the middle portion of the body, from the shoulders down to the waist, chest and the belly and the spine and the back. You're looking, you're still looking, feeling the sensation and awareness. Move the mind on the right leg. Feel the sensation and awareness. Left leg, sensation and awareness. Move the mind on the entire body from the crown of the head to the toes. Where is your mind? On the body. Feeling the skin, sensation and awareness. First step is done. Second step, we discover the stillness in the body. It is not the stillness of the body. When we discover the stillness in the body without doing anything, what happens? The mind tends to move within. You see that principle in Eastern wisdom are different than the principles of modern psychology. We cannot translate any mindfulness practice based on the principles of modern psychology. We can complement it. Look again, the head and the neck, be there. So not only you feel the sensation and experience the stillness. When you experience the stillness, the mind naturally moves with it. Am I saying you enforce the stillness? Answer is no. Through your awareness, you experience it. Right arm, sensation, and discover stillness. Move the mind on the left arm, be there. It is not scanning. We are applying the principles of Eastern wisdom. So move the mind on the left arm, be there, feel the sensation and experience the stillness. Move the mind on the middle portion of the body from the shoulders down to the chest and the belly until the waist and the back of the body. The mind can be aware of anything, can feel the body. So you feel the sensation and you experience the stillness there. Right leg. The mind goes to the right leg, from the right side of the waist to the toes. When the mind is there, you feel the sensation and you experience the stillness. We are discovering the stillness. Understand, we are not enforcing the stillness. We are not controlling the body. You control, mindfulness is destroyed. Left leg. Sensation and stillness. Entire body from the top of the head to the toes. Sensation and the stillness. In that state of the sensation and the stillness, this is the second step, we look inside the heart or the head. So when the mind looks inside the head or the heart, you will discover there is a space or a blankness or emptiness. It is natural. I'm not saying create, imagine. Look inside the heart, be there, and when you see that space and the emptiness or the blankness, have a very right desire. Either you can say mentally, I'm in peace, looking into the space or the blankness or the darkness. Or you can say the mantra Shantoham. Shantoham also means I'm the peace. Look again inside the head, into the peace, into the space. And the moment when you are aware of the space, then you say, I'm the peace. I'm the sweetness of a sugar. That is what I explained before. One more time, say to yourself. Now the mind has started living within. It should sustain that movement of the mind living within. How to sustain? Now you will understand what it means by the fourth step. Look at the breath. From inside, you're living within, and the mind is looking at the breath. What do we know? We know the breath is going in and coming out. When the breath goes in and out, we have a second point of awareness, that is, we feel the sensation. So we introduce the third point. Do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Keep looking at the breath going in and out. Did I say you to focus on the breath? No. The moment you focus on the breath, the mind makes an effort, meditation is destroyed. And we always say, oh, I don't know why we say this, focus on the breath. Awareness of the breath. Now, do nothing. Do nothing? Yes. Remain in the state of awareness. You don't do anything to create a sweetness in the sugar. So in that state of doing nothing, we experience that inner calm and the peace. This is only 0.00001 practice of coming from the Eastern wisdom. Now I will chant a mantra. You simply listen to it. Be with me. And that simply means there is peace, peace, and peace. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We will return in a specific way. Bring the mind on the right hand. Feel the sensation. Bring your mind to the left hand. Feel the sensation. Raise both your palms. Place it on your closed eyes. Both your palms like a cup on your eyes. Open the eyes inside and ask yourself, what do you feel? I always ask all my student friends and clients to share their experiences. Bring the hands down. Practice is done. How are you, my friend? I don't hear you.
Very nice. Very nice. I loved it. It was very relaxing.
This is 0.0001% of the practice of coming from the Eastern wisdom. I told you we have 3,000 practices. What is lacking, I should not apply the manual. I should not read the manual of an iPhone to correct my Android phone. That is what we have been doing. I am not against, I studied physics and I have masters in modern psychology. I studied chemistry. Science, principles of the science always aims at objective reality. And the Eastern wisdom aims at discovery of the subjective reality. And mindfulness and meditation is related to who I am. And the science is related to who am I not. So how can we interchange the principles? We can complement. We can do a lot of research studies. One Californian doctor I had an interaction last year is a neuroscientist, wonderful. I don't want to name him. He published a lot of research papers, and he said, he talked about neuroplasticity and epigenetics and neurogenesis. I said, yes, meditation definitely takes you there. But in all your research studies, can you tell me one thing that explains you the entire Eastern wisdom? So I asked him, do you prove first that your subjects are in a meditative state Then you note down all the variables. Have you ever noted? Do you have any criteria, protocol? The person is in the state of meditation. Answer is no. How can you know? It is subjective experience. Eastern wisdom tells you you are in meditation or you are in not. Simple way. Dr. Ross.
Very nice. Very interesting. So, wow. So, if someone wants to practice and learn how to be mindful, how do they go find you and do this type of work with them?
They can find me on my website. It is my first and the last name together, www.girishjha.org. That is my main website. If they want to know about little bit about me, then it is .com, girishjha.com. And if they want to listen, some people say, oh, mindfulness meditation is always free. Medical treatment is costly. So anyhow, I have put more than 1,000 practices on Spreaker.com/Girish Jha. They can go there, Girish Jha USA, on the Spreaker. That's a Spreaker is like a podcast, like iTunes. They can also find me on iTunes with my name under different category. They can also find me in Google Podcast.
Of course. Perfect.
So if they want to do it free, I have given 1,000 practices free.
Well, that's beautiful.
So, and if they want to solve their specific challenges, whether it's a social, mental, relationship, so they can contact me.
Perfect.
So I go a weekly session. We talk about the principle. I send the digital audio file by email so that they can do the practice for about a week. And the next week we take a follow-up and I customize the practice. That's how the journey flows.
That's wonderful. Well, Girish, it was
it's okay.
It was a pleasure speaking with you today, and thank you so much for your time. And that was a wonderful teaching. I really appreciate it so much.
Thank you, Dr. Ross. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Take care.